used to believe that life rewarded loyalty. I was wrong. The day had started with joy. Clara, my wife of 8 years, partner for over a decade, had just closed the biggest real estate deal of her career. It was the kind of win that would catapult her to the top tier of her firm. Through it all, the sleepless nights, the deals that fell apart, the moments she doubted herself, I had stood by her side. I celebrated every victory like it was my own, managed our home so she could chase her goals, and believed that love meant unwavering support. That morning she called and told me not to come by her office. Things were hectic, she said. Something about her voice made my chest tighten, but I brushed it off. Instead, I decided to surprise her. I ordered a lemon raspberry cake, the flavor from our wedding, and brought flowers in her company's signature colors. Her assistant had even helped me plan the timing. Arrive around 4 p.m., she said, when things would have calmed down. So I did. I arrived, cake box in hand, heart full, ready to create a memory she'd never forget. A few of her colleagues joined me in the elevator, all smiles and laughter as we rode up. Then the elevator doors opened. The laughter faded quickly. A noise reached us, low, rhythmic, and unmistakably intimate. I walked ahead, faster now, a dull roar building in my ears. I heard her voice. Come on, baby. Give me your juice, make me a mommy. My blood turned cold. I pushed open the conference room door. She was there, half naked, on the conference table. Her legs were wrapped around Gerald Langford, nearly 70, balding, married, and once her mentor. His face was red, his breathing heavy, like a dog chasing a scent. Clara was beneath him, eyes closed, moaning. The cake slipped from my hand and hit the floor with a dull thud. Her eyes flew open. She saw me standing there, her coworkers behind me. Panic spread across her face like a cracking glass. Her mouth opened, but no words came out. I looked at her for a long, long moment. Then I spoke. Is this the bonus they promise you? And I turned and walked away. The elevator doors closed. And something inside me hardened, calcified. I didn't feel broken. I felt clear. The next morning, she called again and again, her voice frantic in voicemails. She claimed it was a virtual reality demo for a client. Lies. I didn't even listen to the end. Instead, I gathered evidence. Clara had once shown me how to access the building's security cameras remotely. I logged in, downloaded everything. There was no mistaking what had happened. Then I pulled text messages from our cloud backup, even the ones she thought she deleted. Pet names, emojis, racy messages, plans to meet. They weren't careful. They just thought I'd never look. Then I checked her work email. Long brainstorming sessions after hours. Thinly veiled innuendos. Digital proof stacked like bricks, building a case no one could ignore. I compiled it all, videos, emails, texts, and encrypted it into a single file. The subject line on the email read, "Violation of conduct, confidential." I sent it to 4 people. Clara's CEO, the head of HR, Gerald's wife, and the building's security director. I didn't make accusations. I just shared facts. Then I called the dealership that leased her BMW through a corporate program. Pretending to be from her HR office, I raised questions about executive perk misuse. The lease was suspended within hours. Next, I dug into Gerald's expense reports, lavish dinners, hotel bookings billed to the company. I tipped off the finance department. His accounts were frozen. A forensic audit launched immediately. Then came the public humiliation. I anonymously leaked a short clip from the security footage to an industry Slack group with a single caption. When professional boundaries turn personal. Screenshots of texts. Images of Gerald and Clara at corporate events, too close, too familiar. They spread quietly, LinkedIn circles, private groups, whispered conversations. By that evening, Clara's phone was buzzing nonstop. Her boss demanded answers. HR opened disciplinary action. Gerald's wife filed for divorce that very night. 2 days later, Clara showed up at my door. She looked broken. Makeup smudged, hair tangled, face pale. "Please, Ethan," she whispered. "I've lost everything. Gerald's ignoring me. They're talking legal charges at work. You did this." I stared at her, hollow inside. "Do you remember what you screamed that day?" I asked. She looked away. "You said, 'Give me your juice.' Make me a mommy. And you said it to my brother. She sobbed. Tried to explain. But I raised a hand. Don't insult me. You had my love, my loyalty. You didn't have to destroy me. You chose to. I pointed to the door. You'll find sympathy between slander and suicide in the dictionary. But not here. She left without another word. Gerald didn't escape either. His name was quietly scrubbed from the company website. Industry whispers labeled him toxic. He ended up working for a no-name firm in a small town, stripped of reputation, power, and Clara. 6 months passed. I sold the apartment. Left the city. Moved to a small town where the houses creaked when it rained and people waved without asking too much. I found peace, the kind that doesn't buzz or demand attention. Mornings were filled with coffee and silence. Evenings with books and breeze. One night Clara messaged me. You got everything you wanted. Are you happy now? I stared at it a long while. Then I replied, No, Clara. I'm not happy because of what happened to you. I'm happy because I stopped letting you control what happiness means. You were never the story, just a plot twist. And I blocked her. For good. A year later, I volunteered for a literacy program I had always put off. That's where I met Elise. She laughed without checking her phone, listened without judging, and made me feel visible again. One afternoon she asked, Do you think people can really start over? I thought of Clara, of betrayal, of burning and rising from it. Yes, I said, if they want to, and if they're willing to fight for it. She smiled and took my hand, and in that moment, I knew what it felt like to begin.